Okay, so we're now on to a kind of real life application of using bearings in a question. So let's look at this question, which says, I start a trip in Brussels. I travel on a bearing of 138 degrees until I reach the next city. I then travel from this city on a bearing of 290 degrees until I reach the next city, whereupon I turn onto 120 degrees. In which city do I end up? So you've got a multi-step process here, and let's just go through it step by step. So you start a trip in Brussels. So let's highlight that first word there. Where's Brussels on the map? Brussels it's over here. So that's good. And I travel on a bearing of 138 degrees. So first of all, let's begin. And we're going to be remembering our key bearing facts, which are down here. So because we're going, starting from Brussels, we're going to go and draw in our northerly line from Brussels, and it's going to be a straight line up here like this. Okay, and that is your north line. So let's keep it like this. Sorry, let's draw a bit of an arrow up here like this, and this is your north arrow. Okay, good. I'm going to be measuring a bearing of 138 degrees from here. So let's go and get our protractor out. There we go. Perfect. And let's do this. So let's good. Let's go and spin this round, and we're going to go and line up the center of the protractor with that point there. Let's just go and get this a bit more accurate. There we go. So a few key things here. First of all, you start at 0 and you make sure the cross of your protractor lines up at 0, and then you're going to be going clockwise. So remember this way. Okay, that is clockwise from your bearing rules, and you go from the north direction, and you're doing 138 degrees. So if we go and mark that in, well, that is going to be at and we're going from here, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, all the way up to 138. So if that's 130, it's 140. 138 is somewhere there, so we're going to go mark that in. It's going to be roughly just marking in the point about that. Actually, I can go and draw in a straight line straight away. So let's just go and draw this in through that point like so. Bam, there we go. And let's move this out of the way, and hopefully I reach another city, and we can see that next city is good. It goes through. You can see we start here and we go on this bearing to Namur, which is nice. Okay, and that's just making our diagram nice and neat, and say that this bearing here was 138 degrees. And Namur is down here, and actually I'm going to go and rub out now, because I don't need all of this line here. I'm going to go and rub out this part here, because I don't need this. I can just stop at Namur. And let's go and draw in now a new northerly line. So Namur is up here. Let's go and draw this up, a nice north straight line, like this. And that is your new north line. Okay, now I then travel from this city, which is Namur, onto a 290 degree bearing. Right, now this is a bit more awkward because your protractor only goes from 0 to 180. But we know from the previous video that in a full circle, you've got 360 degrees. So what I can do is, well, if I do 360, I take away 290. That's going to give me 70 degrees. If I measure the bearing of 70 degrees, okay, going in the opposite direction to clockwise, so this way, that will actually give me the bearing of 290 degrees that I want. Let's go and do that and put that into practice. So let's go and flip this around like that, okay, and put this onto here. And now this time, right, I'm doing the opposite way, because right, if I do 290 degrees, that's going to be 90, 180, that's going to be 270. It's going to be 290 is going to be somewhere kind of up here. But to get that, I can do the opposite, which is 70 degrees anti-clockwise. So let's go and do that. Starting at 0, you've got 10, 20, and you've got to start at 0. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So we're looking at this point here. Let's go and draw in a line going through that. So bam, through 70 degrees. Let's just go through the whole thing like that. Okay, there we go. So this is important. Again, this here is 70 degrees, but remember we want 290 degrees. And this is the same thing as doing 70 degrees in the opposite way. So this here, this angle, okay, is what I want, which is 290 degrees. There we go. Good. And which city is this going to pass through? If I can move my protractor out of the way, you can see it nicely it passes through this place here, Kortrijk. Okay, so I don't need to use all of this here. I can get rid of some of this. I'm now at Kortrijk, which is nice. So I've done that part. I've done my 290-degree turn. You can see it on there. I reach my next city, which is this place here, Kortrijk, whereupon I turn 120 degrees. So again, I need to go and draw my new northerly line, which is going to be up from here. And I've got a pen. I want it to be nice and thick. There we go. So up here, straight line north like this. And let's go and write this in. This is my new north line. And this one, 120 degrees. I can measure it nice and easily. So let's go and get my protractor. Let's spin it around. Let's go and put it onto here. And make sure it's all lined up, which it looks pretty good to me. Okay. And hopefully it's all going to work out here. So there we go. And let's get my line out. And we're going from 0 up to, you've got to start at 0, not this one. You go from 0. And this time we're doing it properly. We're doing clockwise this way. So 0, 10, 20, all the way up to 120, which is down here somewhere. Okay. Let's go and draw in my line from here through 120. Let's just draw a long line, and hopefully that passes through a city. I think I just jotted my mouse at the end of it. Sorry, so 0 to 120, which is going through there, which is good. And that's now going to move this out of the way, and hopefully, good. We pass through this place here, which is Charleroi, I think it says. Okay, but again, I'm going to rub this bit out because it's a little bit overkill. I don't need all of that, so let's get rid of that. Oh, let's just draw it in again. So from here down to, and it went to head in it, so that's good. Perfect. And this angle, it's going to look a bit confusing because it's going to overlap, but that's okay. This bearing here, okay, was 120 degrees. And we end up at the final destination, which is down here, which is Charleroi. So in which city do I end up? And let's now get rid of our protractor. The work is done. And my answer down here is the city of C-H-A-R, Leroi, L-E-R-O. L, if you're from, this is in Belgium, isn't it? Because we're looking at Brussels. If you know that city, Charleroi, that's where we end up. Okay, so that is your answer. And this was the question on an application of using bearings. Hopefully that was useful. And of course, any questions, please just comment down below. Just important to remember your 3 key bearing facts. Okay, thank you for watching.